The door opened, and several pairs of boots walked in. Armand was aware of a light, most likely a lantern, casting its glow through the room as the people searched for their captives. A furtive peek exposed 4 men, but there could be more waiting in the hallway. "Start with the woman and the little girl," a voice gruffly ordered. "No, no!" Kim stood, pushing Tila behind her as she faced down the men. They ignored her as they reached for her and Tila. Armand launched himself at the nearest man, slashing and clawing at the guy with silent, pain-filled fury. At the same time, Kim lowered her head, butting the man in front of her in the chest. The man grunted and went down, all the breath knocked out of him. She continued to scream as she managed to plow a path through the others. Armand caught sight of Tila maneuvering around the room, avoiding the confrontation taking place in the center. She climbed over the bed and dashed for the door. The same time, Kim reached it, and the two of them vanished out the doorway. It was quickly evident the men had halfway expected for them to put up a fight, but they'd had no idea how strong Armand really was. One guy reached for his pistol, but was stopped when another man fell onto him. Within a split second, Armand saw his way clear to the door and took it, running as fast as he could down the stairs where the front door was already standing wide open. 2 more men had emerged from the living area where they'd apparently been waiting for their buddies to appear with the prisoners and was staring out the door in surprise. They turned around when they heard Armand hurrying down the stairs. He barreled into them, knocking them aside as he dashed outside and raced for the first truck sitting in the driveway. He heard the roar of the engine as Kim gunned the motor. Microseconds mattered. Instead of aiming for the cab, he clambered into the bed and banged on the cab's back window. "Gun it!" The truck lurched forward, growling like a caged animal, anxious to escape its restraints. It slowly gained speed as Cam twisted the steering wheel and aimed the vehicle toward the front gate. Armand peered through the rear window, out the front windshield, and realized they might not have enough impetus to crash the barrier. Grabbing the roll bar with both hands, he braced himself. The truck plowed into the front gate. Sparks erupted, filling the air like 4th of July sparklers as the back wheels left the ground momentarily. Armand lost his balance and slammed against the rear of the cab. The tires hit the dirt, spinning and grinding, as Cam never let up on the accelerator. Inch by inch, the truck continued forward, its back end fishtailing as the tires tried to find traction. He glanced behind them to see several men running toward them. They pulled their weapons and fired, bullets zipping in all directions because they were unable to get a good bead on them. One hit the rear window, creating a quarter-sized hole and a spiderweb crack. The sound of metal screeching across metal rent the air. Suddenly, the truck broke through, bursting past the wire enclosure. The lurch forward threw Armand against the tailgate. He hit it with enough force to stun him, but he was thankful the tailgate held. As Cam tried to follow the narrow dirt trail, Armand managed to sit up. Behind them, he caught the sight of headlights. They were coming after them. The race was on.